All right, welcome back to episode 3 of the Dirty Water Breakdown. I'm joined today again by the usual crew. Say hello, gentlemen.
Hey, guys.
Hey. Hello, gentlemen.
Hola.
And we are also joined by our Eagles fan, Mr. Alex Donis.
Hello.
Idiot.
Stand close to the mic.
Hello.
All right, there we go.
He's from Philly. He can't use a mic. It's okay.
All right, so Friday before the big game, how we feeling, guys?
Let's start with the Eagles fan
Let our
first.
guest go first.
Yeah, the
I
rookie.
feel confident in the team. I think that they can do it.
What
Wow.
is this confidence based on?
Yeah, would you like to elaborate?
Based off of beating the Vikings.
A
Nick
Vikings
Foles,
team that didn't show up.
A
Yeah.
Vikings team with Harrison Smith.
A Vikings team that Max Kellerman said showed up, but clearly they didn't.
Beating a Falcons team.
You should have played New Orleans.
Beating a Falcons team that didn't show up either,
Being 13-3 in the regular season.
If
with
Max
Carson
Kel-
Wentz at the helm.
2-1 with Nick Foles.
Where is Carson Wentz?
I don't know, dead in the ditch somewhere.
He's off crutches.
If Max
That's all
Kellerman
that matters.
says your team's good, you know they're bad.
Oh,
If Max Kellerman gives the Eagles a lot of credit because the Vikings supposedly showed up in that game, I guess one touchdown counts as showing up.
that's almost as bad as him saying that Brady's gonna fall off the cliff.
Yeah,
What cliff?
I know.
Exactly.
I'm still waiting.
Yeah.
It's the slow descent down the bunny hill. at the
Tom
ski
Brady
resort.
falling off the cliff, I guess, 4,577 yards and 32 touchdowns.
I can't wait to watch that show on Monday. When the Patriots win, and then
If.
That's an if.
I'm not going to say when. I'm going to say if.
if the
I don't think
Patriots
it's a
win,
lock.
watching Stephen A. Smith and Kellerman go at it.
However,
Shut up, Drew.
All I'm saying is that it's gonna be a fun show to watch.
Love Stephen A.
I do too.
All right. Anyways, how we got here. Championship weekends wrap up 2 weeks ago. Not fresh in the mind anymore, but what do we got?
Well, we talked about that a little bit.
I think I said it pretty well. It's going to be a lot closer than people thought. The Jaguars had the formula to beat the Patriots. Strong defense, up good front seven. Shut down Brady, make him make plays.
Didn't shut them down the second
No, they
half,
didn't.
though.
But at first they were, and they made him work for it a lot harder than all you guys thought they were gonna.
And I think the Eagles would do the same exact thing, but it's the second half that's going to be the biggest thing. And Patriots with the second half adjustments, they're unstoppable in the second half. Unstoppable.
Eagles haven't blown a lead all season.
Not yet. Not yet. There's still one more game. One more game.
All right. So how do we think? Do we think the Eagles can ride this underdog thing?
Absolutely.
Nope.
The entire way.
How are they underdogs? So they're
I don't
13-3,
find it
number one seed in the NFC. Blew out.
I mean, when you lose your starting offensive tackle, a Hall of Fame offensive tackle, you're an almost elite linebacker, as well as your kicker, your best player on special teams, and then a stud quarterback.
Didn't the
I think
Pats do that
That's a
last
loose
year?
term. It's a loose term.
Stats.
No,
Pats
Carson Wentz is a
practically,
stud, but like
practically did that last year. I mean,
Well,
even
Gronk.
this
Carson
year
Wentz was going
too.
to win the MVP.
Gronk. I mean,
Probably.
he's already.
Brady missed
he's
4
out.
games.
Brady was out. You had Hightower out for a lot of that.
Ronald Darby was out for 8 weeks.
I mean, Patriots are missing Hightower and Edelman.
Yep.
Might have been missing Gronk. How does that not make them underdogs?
I don't think either of these teams are under. It's the one seed in each league.
I know.
There's not.
I really don't like.
They're underdogs in this game, yeah. But
This is
they're
about
not
as predictable as it
underdogs
could have been.
for this season.
What even started that whole underdog situation? In
Carson
like,
Wentz.
Was that they were
No,
Vegas?
that
Well,
was-
no,
yeah,
the
they're
Vegas
under-
odds had them
Vegas
as
had
underdogs, and
They're
Vegas odds
underdogs
don't really
considering
matter.
the circumstance. When you lose your starting QB throughout the year, and you have backups throughout there. Like, be honest, this is like a fringe playoff team without Wentz right now. So if they had this team all year, they probably go 7-9, 8-8, and barely squeak in the playoffs.
Well,
and by that theory, yes, they're underdogs.
I think Foles is capable enough of getting him into a wild card spot.
yeah, but
I don't
they're
think
not a
he's-
one seed.
Yeah,
like
but I
everyone's
think-
saying.
here's the thing, though. They ride the momentum that they had. They were what, 11-2.
11-2.
11-2 when Wentz left. So you are already pretty much the number one seed. You just beat the Rams, right? It was that game. You just beat, and you practically guaranteed yourself a number one seed, and then you ended up going 2-1.
Who were the last 3 games against?
Giants.
Giants, Raiders, and Cowboys.
Okay, so
All 3 of those teams are terrible.
yeah.
All 3 of those have what? Top
You
5
almost
picks?
lost
Top
to the
7
Giants
picks?
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Enough said.
Yeah.
And all I'm saying
Yeah.
is that, yeah, they ride the momentum with him. If he starts off the year, if this is in training camp, this team may be wild card, and then if they make it to the Super Bowl, then they're the underdogs.
Exactly.
But I
Why the
just
wild
don't
card?
think that it's so much as they are underdogs right now, and they have their own thing, just like the Patriots have not done and do your job and
Blitz for
next man
six.
up, whatever, you know. And this is their thing, but are they going to be able to ride it out?
See what I think though. I think they have a number one. I think they have the defense for a number 1 seed. I think they have the running back tandem for a number 1 seed. The offensive line for a number 1 seed.
But it's all the quarterback.
If you look at the Eagles roster versus the Patriots roster, the only thing that the Patriots have that's better than the Eagles
quarterback.
as a whole is the quarterback position and the tight end position.
Yep.
That's it.
Hmm?
Who is
And-
Zach Ertz is the
Zach Ertz.
Zach
He's still
Ertz.
pretty good too.
Yeah, no, Zach Ertz is probably a top 10 tight end in the league.
But the
Gronk is number
quarterback,
one all time.
It's not hard to be a top 10 tight end in the NFL either.
Gronk's Gronk.
the quarterback.
You think about the
position-
quality at that position.
The quarterback position is the most important.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you could say defense wins championships, and sometimes it does, but it's more about the best quarterback.
Yeah,
So-
I don't
No?
think we're gonna have Nick Foles swinging, and
There's been some very bad quarterbacks that have won Super Bowls. Trent Dilfer,
Eli
Brad
Manning,
Johnson,
Joe
not even-
Flacco.
Joe Flacco. That Super Bowl was awful. It was Joe Flacco versus Kaepernick. That was bad Super Bowl,
That
and
was
then
a
you have
terrible Super Bowl.
Brad Johnson.
Best part of that
and
Super Bowl was
Rich
when the lights went
Gannon.
out and we didn't have to
that was
watch it.
awesome.
Yeah, but there's been some bad Super Bowl winning quarterbacks. But
Peyton
I
Manning and
just
Cam Newton.
That wasn't too bad. You have a
I mean,
Hall
it wasn't
of
even sucked in
Famer.
that
It was
game.
the shell of Peyton.
You had
Manning.
you had
Cam Newton was
you had like
awful in that
25% of
game.
Peyton Manning versus
Peyton
an
Manning was
utter choke job from Cam Newton.
reanimated husk.
I just don't think that this is a Super Bowl where the underdog wins.
So can we all agree to get rid of those dog masks?
I think they're wicked stupid.
It is like the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Like, can we please just like move on? Okay, it was funny the first time. The second time was pushing it. Now by like this point, it's
But
just
like doing entire interviews on media day, and them is kind of
okay.
kind
Well,
of grinding the gears.
It's like, congratulations, you're not the favorite in Vegas. You're still a 13-3 team, and all around, you're probably better than the Patriots.
if you had
I
Carson
wouldn't
Wentz.
go that far.
Like I
Oh,
said,
They
anywhere-
definitely have a better
anywhere except
defense.
anywhere except quarterback and tight end.
Okay, so let's decide. Would the Eagles win if Carson Wentz was playing quarterback?
Yes.
No.
I would
Yes.
pick him.
Wow.
I
said-
don't know. I feel like it's kind of a
I feel
thing with
left
like Nick
out.
Foles with Wentz show up at the big stage.
Yeah.
With Brady having been there, done that. With
I think
Exactly.
he'd do better than Foles.
I think
Yeah,
I
but
think he
would
definitely
still-
would.
He would do enough to. He
I
would
think
do
I'd-
enough to put him in a position.
I'd
to win.
be-
It'd be more
I'm-
like last year.
I'm nervous about this game right now, but I think I'd be even more nervous.
It'd be like the
If
same
Wentz
as
was
last
playing.
year.
The two. Okay, is Carson Wentz better than Tom Brady?
No.
No.
Okay,
he
so
played
you-
better
so
than him
you-
this
He has
year.
the potential.
He played better than him this year.
Yeah,
this
but
year.
I'm just saying, who has the quarterback advantage?
Brady.
Brady.
I think we've all
right?
decided that.
Right?
Yeah.
No, with Wentz.
with or
Brady.
without
Yeah,
Wentz,
no,
it's
Wentz-
Brady.
I don't
Brady's
care
still
who you
better.
It's
put on the
playoff.
other side.
Okay,
You
okay.
can put Joe Montana on the other side in his prime. I'm taking Brady right
Okay.
now.
We got Mass Kyrie. We have playoff Brady.
All I'm
Exactly.
saying is that you have the two
Untuck
biggest things that like you guys said, it was a quarterback and tight end, right?
and coaching.
The coaching. The coaching is the best, one of the best the NFL's ever seen.
And the fans. We're not scumbags.
No, okay. I'm just saying, with Belichick, I'd take Belichick and Brady over any tandem, quarterback, coach tandem ever.
I don't know.
Eli Manning and Tom Coughlin.
Yeah, they did beat
The
Brady.
recipe.
They did beat Brady.
The recipe.
I guess. But I'm just saying,
Blake
and
Bortles, Tom Coughlin.
I just don't.
Drew.
I
Tom
don't.
Coughlin
I
was VP of
wouldn't.
operations,
I
not
wouldn't
coach.
bet against the Patriots, even if Wentz was playing, because of Belichick.
Okay.
Right? I mean,
I mean, I agree with
I
that,
wasn't
but I think
listening.
that a lot of people are undermining Doug Peterson. I think he's a fantastic coach. If you
Yeah,
watch,
he's done a fantastic job
he-
this year.
yeah.
he's turned them from a team that goes 7-9 to a team that's 13-3,
Oh,
arguably 14-2 if you don't count the Dallas.
That's what they said about Dan Quinn, though. And now look at him.
no. Dan Quinn's a good good coach
Yeah,
too.
but he wasn't like amazing lights out like they were
No,
last
and,
year.
and
Where they
that's
got
not
a
what
wild
Donis
card.
is saying. That's not what Donis is saying.
He could
Donis
be an
is
amazing
saying that
coach. They just had a good
he-
year, but that doesn't make him good. You look at what happened with Harbaugh or what was it?
No, the coaching staff of the Eagles is forgotten about. I mean, you got Jim Schwartz on defense. He's
Yeah, they're-
an unbelievable.
I'm not
coach.
denying they're
John DeFilippo,
bad.
the quarterback coach, has turned Wentz into a guy that kind of people thought would be a bust into a stud.
We're not disagreeing with you. The coaching staff is
I'm
good,
saying
but
I think you're giving him
take
too much credit.
No, I don't think that they're taking too much credit. I just wouldn't go against Belichick and the coaching staff. You have two coaches that are going to now be a head coach in two different teams that are in prime positions to make the playoffs. Like I said, I think Indianapolis is making the playoffs next year, and I think Detroit has a good chance to make the wild card, even winning the division. No,
Indianapolis in a division with Tennessee and Houston.
Yes.
Remember, Tennessee's winning
Yes.
the
Houston is
AFC
far and away
next
winning
year.
that
Remember
division
that?
with Deshaun Watson.
Houston's going to go 12-4.
With a healthy Deshaun Watson.
Okay,
And
but
JJ
I
Watt.
believe it
wrong.
was
And J.J.
2
Watt.
I believe it was 2 weeks ago. Curran said that the Titans are going to be in the AFC Championship game next year.
no.
He said the Colts.
No. I said the Colts are
I
going to
think
be
he thinks the Colts with McDaniel and probably like half
in the
of Andrew
playoffs.
Luck's shoulder.
In the playoffs. I never said no AFC Championship.
In the playoffs.
I said in the
Roll tape
playoffs.
That was a double negative.
Aw, snap.
I
Thank you.
don't. I think that the Patriots coaching staff is better, and when you have a better quarterback and a better coaching staff, I don't think many other positions matter.
Alex, look me with a straight face and tell me you believe the Eagles are going to beat the Patriots this week.
I do. I believe that the Eagles will beat the Patriots.
You can't even say it without
Okay.
laughing.
No.
No, I do believe in them. I think that they have enough talent on the roster. They're deep enough.
I think the defense can certainly give us fits.
Yeah, if you look at the defensive line, you got Timmy Jernigan, Fletcher Cox, Chris Long's a backup.
We
Yeah, you have Chris Long coming in on third downs. He knows what to do.
Donis,
Exactly. I mean, he stripped Case Keenum, did it against the Raiders.
Ice in his veins in the playoffs.
Derek Barnett has been a wonder on the defensive line for them.
and most Eagles fans hated that draft pick.
Well, he didn't show up until like this year.
He was
He was
drafted this year.
Oh wait, no. Oh no, I'm thinking. Who was
Nice
the guy
one.
they took from Louisville a couple years ago?
Sidney Jones.
No.
Nope, that was
no,
this
no.
past
Sidney
year.
Jones is from
No.
Washington. He's the
Yeah,
corner this year.
yeah.
Plus, he was on IR, I believe.
Yeah, he was.
No.
2014 Marcus Smith, 2015
That
Nelson
was-
Aguilar. It was Aguilar last
no,
year.
it was Marcus Smith.
Yeah, but last year they were
Aguilar-
all over Aguilar too.
I mean, Aguilar could not catch a ball last year, and this year he's been unbelievable.
Well, that's also because Carson Wentz is having a better year. Had a better year than he did last year.
Still Carson Wentz.
Yes.
I think with Carson Wentz though, the Eagles do like the rite of passage with all like highly touted first seeds in the NFL and just get blown out in the first round.
Who do you guys take?
Kind of a rite of
Carson Wentz or
passage for
Jimmy
like
Garoppolo?
non-patriot teams.
Wentz. It's not even a question. Let's not even talk about Garoppolo right now. He's
Yeah,
irrelevant.
he's getting his game check because
Yeah.
he played at least 18 games. He's making money for
Yeah.
nothing. Let's just leave it at that.
yeah. We're not.
Him,
we're
him
not
and
gonna.
Brissett.
Him, yes,
They
and
both, they both
Brissett.
get, what was it, like 56
No,
cents
I don't
or something
think
if they
I don't think it was Brissett.
No,
'cause
Brissett too.
Brissett
No,
wasn't.
Brissett got traded for
No,
a year.
Garoppolo's getting it because he was on the roster for 8 games.
I'm fairly certain Schefter tweeted they both get it.
Really?
No.
Money for nothing and your chicks for free.
Ha.
Thank you. Dire Straits.
Ah.
I don't see the Patriots losing. It's going to be a good game, and I think that you're right about that. I just don't think I don't. Can you bet against them, Alex? If you were a
The
betting
entire
man,
city of Philadelphia is.
yeah, but of
Everyone
course,
outside of New England and parts of
Um,
Texas.
that's
North Dakota.
Giants fans too. Giants don't want the Eagles to win.
Win or lose, Philly's getting burned down.
Washington as well.
And yeah, and right. Anyone in the NFC? What are you guys? NFC East?
Yeah.
All right. Anyone in the NFC? I could care less about the NFC. Anybody in the NFC East, not an Eagles fan, and all of New England, and then like parts of the country
okay. So
are betting against the Patriots.
yeah, let's get into the Eagles' weapons on offense.
Nelson Aguilar, Alshon Jeffrey, Jay Ajayi, LeGarrette Blunt, Zach Ertz,
Yeah,
Trey
and-
Burton.
Torrey Smith.
Trey Burton's underrated. You'll see him.
Yeah. Okay, so we have
So I think
Alshon Jeffrey getting covered by Gilmore.
Gilmore
I
shut
put
it
Butler.
down.
Yeah, Gilmore.
Gilmore have Aguilar.
Butler on Aguilar.
Yeah, Butler
Yeah.
on Aguilar.
Torrey Smith.
I think you leave Torrey Smith to the safeties.
No, I think Torrey Smith's gonna go.
ahead.
Bu-
That's exactly what the
No,
Vikings
Torrey Smith's
did,
gonna go
and
on
they
Butler.
looked
Butler
stupid.
has the straight line speed and usually covers the deep burners.
So
And they'll
Yeah,
put-
but he's not going to be able to do it in man coverage.
And then
He
they'll
sucks
put-
in man coverage.
Then
How
they'll
about
put
Eric
Rowe
Rowe?
on. Yeah, put Eric Rowe on Nelson Aguilar. And then
You
from
think
there,
Chung on Ertz?
yeah,
He's big enough.
Yeah.
have
I
Herman
still
over
think
the
Ertz will
top.
do well.
Have
Yeah,
okay.
okay, he
All right,
can-
you
he'll
got to
get
think
like
about
five
too how many
feet.
cornerbacks you have starting this game, Curran.
What?
Just come out in a quarter set.
He's got like 5.
No, you have 3. You have
No, we've named 4. We have Eric Rowe, Deron Harmon, Gilmore,
he's
and
not,
Butler.
he's not a safety.
Harmon's
He's not a corner.
no,
He's a safety.
Harmon's a third safety.
Yep,
So
and he's been playing
so
free
you
safety
need to
a
be,
lot.
so you're saying they're gonna come out starting in a dime set.
No, so here's the set what they're gonna do. They're gonna have Gilmore, Butler on the outsides.
Okay, locking down Smith and Jeffrey.
Yep. Rowe on the inside.
Aguilar.
You're gonna have Chung in the box.
Actually,
Or
I don't know.
stop
I don't
the
know if
run.
we want Chung on Ertz. Chung's 5'11". Ertz is 6'5".
Still, he's more physical. Either him or McCourty. But you have Chung in the box.
You can just
Then
go
you
cover
have
3.
McCourty playing the strong safety hybrid position, and Harmon covering over the top.
Or
McCourty's
you could-
5'10". I
or
don't know if you want
could-
him either.
What about
Okay.
Curran? You're forgetting about your boy Van Noy.
Oh no, Van Noy will be in the middle.
Kyle
with-
Van Noy will pick him up if he crosses.
Yeah.
I think Deron Harmon might be your guy. He's 6'1".
Just go some sort
No,
of cover
but-
3 hybrid man thing.
I'd
You
rather
should be all
have.
set.
I'd
Against
rather
the
have,
Vikings, I don't think Nick Foles threw it in the middle of the field.
Eric Rowe 6'1".
Hence why I said cover 3.
the
I think
Patriots.
Chung's got the weight and the mass to cover Ertz. I don't know if
The physicality.
he has the physicality, but the height. Ertz is going to catch anything thrown over his head.
Okay, but we're gonna get into that later, where Gronk is gonna be. It's gonna be the same exact issue.
No.
Well, Gronk's uncoverable week in and week out. We already know that.
plus they have Kendricks.
That's what I'm saying. No, still, he's
Oh,
not as
wait,
tall.
he's hurt?
No, he is there. He's there.
All I'm saying is
They
that
lost,
the
Jordan
tight
Hicks.
ends are gonna have an unbelievable Sunday. Unbelievable Sunday. It's gonna be Zach Ertz and Gronk taking over, and nobody's gonna be able to cover them because they're 2 of the best tight ends in football, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Ertz
Two-
can
I think
cover.
Ertz is kind of coverable.
Yeah, Ertz is very
I don't know
coverable.
about that.
Not in terms of height. I think
I
So-
mean, if you put a body, getting a body around him isn't necessarily having him covered because the guy's got a wingspan of 7 feet. So
Do you agree
he's going to
that?
catch anything over his head.
exactly.
Do you agree that the Patriots will look to stop the run?
Yeah.
I
You
think-
better hope to.
You look to stop anything. It's the bend, don't break. You stop him if you can. If not, don't give any
I
points
don't think
up.
they're going to do that bad against the run.
Ajayi is
Blunt's,
streaky.
Blunt's straight up the middle.
Yeah,
They're not
Blunt's
going to
a
run
one
Blunt around
cut.
the edge. They're really not going to try and run Ajayi around the edge. I wouldn't guess. It primarily.
They
Yeah.
may-
Blunt, we know how to
It's,
stop.
a lot of their runs going to be straight up the gut. They don't have the backs to do a ton on the outsides like
Yeah.
a Kenyon Drake or something like those kind of
Jay
backs. That
Ajayi,
absolutely-
Ajayi's, I think he can get around. the
Do-
Yeah, but
do-
with Blunt, you
he
really
can-
got to
he
worry
can,
about
but
him in the
that's
red
not-
zone
that's
inside
not
of
his-
10.
that's not the best part of
That's
this
really
game.
where you got to worry about Blunt. He's not going to beat you in the
And
middle of the field. He's going to beat
their
you
run-
in the
their
red
rush
zone
D-
inside the 10.
Yeah,
well,
their rush
unless they
defense up the
throw
middle
it
is
on the
not
1
bad.
yard line.
I mean, what about the end around that you saw a couple weeks ago with when they played Minnesota and with the Falcons with Nelson Aguilar coming from the right side coming across?
I think the
That- that
Pats
was
know how
like
to
a
stop
third
But
Yeah,
that's
an
also
end around.
that's also a play that Pats run all the time.
Yeah.
But
So just running it in practice, they probably
Yeah.
not.
I highly
And
doubt
that
they
goes
get
back to the
burned.
coaching
But I-
right there. You know, it is all about coaching. Do we see Alan Branch playing Sunday? He's been active. He's been inactive the entire playoffs.
No, I feel like there's a reason why he's been inactive.
Wasn't he hurt last week?
No, nope,
he's
been
he
healthy
got cleared
scratch.
like week 11.
He's been a healthy scratch, and we haven't seen him. But he may have been inactive because to save him for the two-headed monster.
No, they would've
Ajayi
played
and
him.
Blunt. No, I don't know.
Again, they were against the Jaguars with that running game.
No, because
You're telling me they wouldn't have been better off if they played him against Fournette and what's his name?
T.J. Yeldon.
Yeah, Yeldon. You say he couldn't have helped you stop the run there?
No, but they did stop the run.
Okay,
That's the
well,
thing.
so they can stop the run against Ajayi. I say Fournette and Yeldon are better than Blunt and Ajayi.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Nope.
I think they're similar. I actually think Fournette's a better runner than both of them.
Ajayi got traded
And for
like
that
for a
reason.
But
fourth runner.
having both of them,
Blunt is like not anything except okay. You're in the
Blunt
5 yards.
scores
or
all
less.
the touchdowns.
Yeah,
Jay
exactly.
Ajayi had maybe 2 with the Eagles. And Blunt had
I know. I had him on my fantasy
maybe 2 or
team.
more.
Nope.
no. And all I'm saying is that it's gonna get to a point. I think Branch will definitely play Sunday. I think he will because Ricky Jean Francois was more of a pass rushing DT that could stop the run, but he's more of a pass rusher, and he was a body in there to get to the quarterback. Branch isn't like that. He's stop the run, stop the run, stop the run, and I think that's what they're going to have to do.
I think the Pats are going to try
What
it.
happened?
Speaking of pass rush, do we think Dietrich Wise is ready to go?
Yeah, he was
Absolutely.
just concussion,
Yeah,
right?
he got cleared.
All right.
Trey Flowers,
Oh yeah.
it's going to be big.
How's
That
the
offensive
how's the
line is-
Eagles' right tackle doing with Johnson moving to the left?
Johnson's been at the right. The
I
whole
thought
season.
Peters was out and they moved Johnson to the left.
No, Johnson's been at the right the whole season.
So
They
who-
plugged Big V in over there. He's done good enough.
Enough.
So who do you think they match up with there, Wise or Flowers?
Doesn't
Or
matter.
Harrison.
Wise has done it more consistently over the season.
Flowers is a better player.
Doesn't matter. You need to get
Wise's
pressure somehow.
stats speak otherwise.
I don't think
Wise
so.
been
Flowers is
very
a
good
better
this
player.
season.
Flowers is a better player. And so, do we? So, like you said, Nick Foles never threw across the middle,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Very
The
rare.
Patriots are more of an outside cover the outside, force them inside. That's what they do. They have the two corners on the outside, force them inside. Then they have their linebackers and safety move in to cover them. I don't think the Eagles will have to adjust to that to be able to win the game.
Knowing
I don't think they
Belichick,
will. I think Nick Foles, if he plays like he did against the Vikings, I think Nick Foles is going to have a career game.
No, but
53%.
all I'm saying is that can he play like he did against the Vikings? That's one. And number two, will he get the chance to? Will the Patriots allow him to throw deep along the sidelines?
I think he'll be able to. I mean,
But-
he gets the ball out in 2.5 seconds. I was reading something earlier. It said gets the ball out in 2.5 seconds or less on like 60% of his plays. In 2.5 seconds, you're almost.
So does
never-
Tom Brady.
Brady's was like 1.1% less.
Quick fact checked. Actually, Trey Flowers had 1.5
Yes.
more sacks than Dietrich Wise this year.
No, Trey Flowers had 6.5. Wise had 6, but he killed him in tackles.
He said he
Actually,
had 5. On Patriots.com, it says Wise had 5.
NFL.com says 6.
Who do we trust?
He also forced 2 more fumbles.
No, and I think Flowers is a better player, but we're gonna get to
It doesn't
that
matter.
after.
One of them has to win a one-on-one matchup. That's bottom line.
Flowers
Yeah,
had
I'll-
6.5 sacks.
I'll
and,
eat that point on Wise.
2 fumbles.
And then also, Pats run the second most man-D in the league. I believe they run it 52.5% of the time. Knowing Belichick and how he scouts himself, the Eagles are probably going to be preparing for that, which is exactly why I expect them to be coming out in a cover 3 look, knowing the Eagles are going to try to exploit that on the boundaries or get up the seam with Aguilar and Ertz. That's why he's going to throw the game plan out the window. That's what he does best, change it week to week, know his strengths and weaknesses.
But do you think Peterson's a good enough coach to recognize that?
Yeah, yes, I
He
think
coaches
he
in the
is. If
NFL
he-
for a reason.
No,
I don't know if
understand
you
that.
watched the first game against Dallas where they were down 9-7 going into halftime, but Doug Peterson made adjustments throughout the whole team. The defense didn't give up any points after that, and it won like 31-7. It was a blowout because Doug Peterson was able to see what they were doing wrong and make the adjustments.
No, okay. But then you have Bill Belichick making the adjustments to Peterson's adjustments at halftime.
You don't know what his adjustments are
No
going
one's
to be.
going to out-adjust Belichick. I'm sorry.
Okay.
He's the greatest
Th-
at
there's
adjustments
always
in history.
There's always more than one solution to our problem. So Peterson can come out with one thing that Belichick's prepared for another thing, and
No, I get that. But so say the screen to the
coach
to
in
the
the
running
NFL for a
back.
reason,
they
Kern.
love that.
No. I'm talking about the Patriots. Sorry.
Okay.
The Patriots running backs killing them on the screens, right? Peterson then adjusts for the screens, and then Belichick goes deep. That's what he's so good at.
I trust the safeties. Malcolm
No.
Jenkins is.
That's not the point. I'm just saying then he goes deep. You can trust whoever you want, but are they going to be prepared for that?
I think
You
they
know?
will. I think they will.
That's why Belichick is so good. Is he'll come out, he knows what he has to change at halftime, but he also needs to change what he thinks that the Eagles are going to change. You know, so it's all coaching, and that's going to be the biggest point I'm going to be bringing up the entire day is the fact that the coaching is a lot better. And like you even said, you couldn't even deny that Belichick is the greatest quarterback.
Belichick is a good coach.
Greatest
I will give
quarterback?
you that.
Speaking of coaching, breaking news: Greg Schiano expect to interview for the defensive coordinator job.
Yeah, we saw that. It won't be. I think if anything, he'll get a senior advisor position,
Or he
but
takes
it's
over
going to be.
linebackers for,
Or if he doesn't get the coordinator job here, he goes somewhere else.
or he can take the linebacker job after we promote what's his face to DC.
Who's going to sign him?
There's an idea.
Yeah.
Who's going to sign him?
Why would you stay and be a advisor where you could be the coordinator somewhere?
Because it's New England.
Well, also
Would you rather-
apparently he
But
couldn't
no,
get a
it's
head
like-
coach.
There's no
If he-
guarantee
if he
you win
flames
next year.
out
There's
at
no
his-
guarantee
in
you
his
can
next
compete
job.
next year.
Yeah, I really think this
Who?
is like the closing of the window
Pats,
for us.
I don't think there's a.
I'm going to take the Max
guarantee
Kellerman
that you can
stance here. I'm not
compete
going
next
to say
year. You
anything
don't know
like.
what which Brady you're going to get. You don't know if you're going to get the first 4 games of the season, Brady, or the last 12.
It always works
No,
out.
no,
so
no,
we've
no,
been
no,
saying
no,
this.
no.
We've been saying this for like
The
5
middle
years
12
now.
of the season, the first 12 of the season, Brady versus
We've
the
been
last
saying
4.
this for like
It's
5
okay,
years.
Max
Mix it up.
Kellerman. It's okay, Max Kellerman. Just keep on thinking
No, but
about that.
I'll
Shut
take
up.
the Max
Baron.
Kellerman stance on Brady after this year. I don't know what
I
he's going to
think
be
he-
at 41.
You just
I
gotta
don't
take it
think anyone
game
does.
by game.
I know. I'm not
We were
going to
saying
make
this when he
my
was, like,
judgment until
36.
first game of the season next year. Because for all we know, this could be the last chance. You don't know.
Brian Hoyer's not a competent backup.
No,
You're
and
gonna have to
that's-
draft a kid
we
first,
already-
second round
yeah,
this year.
Well, that's
Mason
a given.
Rudolph.
No,
I want the pass to take Mason Rudolph in the first round.
Nah, I'm big Baker Mayfield guy. I just
He's gonna be
No,
gone.
no way.
Well, be a New York Jet.
Baker's
There's
a
two
top 6
problems with
pick
it.
right there.
He'll
There's
be a
two
New York
problems.
Jet.
He's gonna be gone way before him,
Yeah, exactly.
and
His
I
stocks
don't
was
want
not
to
much.
have, like,
deal with him.
Pats are
His
gonna have
I don't
the
think
later
Belichick
rush.
wants to deal with him.
Yeah, I don't think anyone would.
Okay, so that's all. Long story short, that's the Eagles' weapons on offense.
It's a long story long.
Eagles defense, though. Alex,
yeah.
who was sick yesterday? Like you said, there was a bunch of guys sick.
Timmy Jernigan was sick. A couple other players, but
Kendricks.
they're all back.
Really?
They're all back except for Jernigan. He's been battling injuries, so that may be part of it.
Why don't you introduce some of our listeners to someone most of them probably haven't heard of, Patrick Robinson?
Someone near and dear to your heart too, Carson Wentz.
Well, I mean, Patrick Robinson's he's a cornerback, and he can play well at times and not so well at other times.
Pro
He
fo-
tipped he had the pick 6 against Vikings.
He did.
He had career high 4 interceptions this year. I think part of the Pats' success will depend on which Patrick Robinson shows up.
Pro Football Focus rated him their 4th best cover corner this year. You surprised by that?
No, not at all.
I just want to say one thing, though, is that I believe it was Patrick Robinson, but he's allowed the most touchdowns in the season with 9. He's allowed 9 touchdowns this year, which is a lot. So see Brady targeting him in the red zone at least.
I mean, Brady had success against Ramsey and Bouye. I think he can handle Malcolm Jenkins and Patrick Robinson.
Malcolm
they may slow him
Jenkins is
down.
better
And-
than both of them.
Ronald Darby too.
Ronald Darby's he's been better lately. Started off kind of slow after the injury, but
I think
he's been much better.
Deshaun Gibson, AJ Bouye, and Jalen Ramsey are better than the Eagles secondary.
No. Malcolm Jenkins, Jalen Mills has played out of his mind. He was supposed to be a bust for like a 2nd-round pick.
Well, no, he's just a slot guy though.
Yeah, but he's played well.
All right, well the Pats know how to
Okay.
beat the slot.
So
It's
talking
kind
about
of in a whole position to do that.
the Eagles secondary, who's gonna cover who this week?
Malcolm Jenkins will be on Gronk.
Which we all agree that Gronk is,
That'll be a good matchup.
but
Cover in air quotes.
it's pretty cover in air quotes really because it's Gronkowski.
But it's Malcolm Jenkins. The dude can play linebacker position. He could be a defensive end if you really wanted him to.
No,
6 feet 204 on Gronk.
Malcolm Jenkins isn't a small dude, though.
That's
When-
6 feet 204 for Jenkins
What about Kendricks?
Oh.
I feel like that'd be more likely.
versus 6'6", 265 for Gronk.
Kendricks is like
Gronk has
6'1".
61 pounds and 6 inches on him.
Kendricks is 6'1", runs like what, a 4.5. I think that'd be a better matchup for Gronk.
no, he needs to be
Ken-
over the
Kendrick-
middle.
Kendricks is going to stay over the middle. They're only going to rush 4.
Okay, so who's gonna be on Cooks?
I'll put Jalen Mills on him.
No, Darby because he's faster.
Just
Mills.
want to say one thing though. The Eagles do not shadow their corners, so it's really gonna be whatever matchup Belichick wants. That's what he's gonna get because he could put Cooks on Darby, and I think Darby stays on the right, Mills on the left.
Yeah. Mills is on the right.
Mills is okay.
Darby's
Okay.
on the left.
So, but that's always been, that's what they've been doing is not shadowing. So it's always one side on the other. So Belichick can put Cooks on the left side and have Darby on him, and then switch it up, and it's gonna be so. Really, it's not gonna be any.
It won't be a continuous matchup throughout
Yeah.
the game. It'll be varying.
And so, who do you think Belichick will have Cooks on the most?
I'd say Mills.
You
Because
think?
of Mills, he's younger than Darby. And if you watch the Giants game, he got burnt on a double move. but I think he's progressed as a corner, so I think he'd be okay against
Okay.
that matchup.
So Hogan. If Hogan's on the outside,
He'd be up against Darby.
okay, and then the slot with Amendola.
Put a linebacker on him.
That didn't seem too confident.
Well, no, I'm trying to think of their names. There's Kendricks, and then there's the other guy.
This isn't even
who's
taking
a
into account
backup,
Dion Lewis, James White, and the whole running game too.
Yeah, I was getting there.
which there's more than one linebacker for, and I haven't even mentioned Rodney McLeod and.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a good matchup. The fact that the Eagles don't shadow, it'll be interesting to see if they start to shadow for this game.
I don't think they will. There's no reason to change something in the biggest game of most of these players' careers.
That's the difference. Again, I'm gonna go into coaching. That's the difference between coaching because Belichick, he probably wouldn't change it up, but Peterson may get like, okay, well, we may need to start shadowing. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that he will, but a lot of coaches, it does happen like that.
They didn't do it against the Seahawks, and that was an important game, and they didn't do it against the Chiefs, but that was week 2.
No, but that's also they don't have as many weapons as the Patriots do.
That's who the Chiefs do.
The Chiefs probably have better weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, you can
Kareem
tell
Hunt,
Tyreek
better than
Hill.
Tyreek
anything.
Hill.
Tyreek Hill.
Kareem Hunt better than anything the Pats have out of the backfield. Tyreek Hill, Brandon Cooks, but can actually catch a pass when he's wide open.
Brandon Cooks on steroids.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce,
Travis
Gronk
Kelce.
Light.
second best tight end in the league.
But you have three running backs that are.
Now Pat Mahomes, I guess.
Yeah. No, I think that it will be. I think I would not be surprised if they start shadowing them. Just.
I would be. I don't think Doug Peterson's a smart enough coach not to know.
That-
to know not
I don't
to
think you
change
should. I don't think they start. I don't think they shadow. English is pretty hard, huh, Ray?
No.
You said it, not me.
No, I don't think that they should. I
don't
just
think
wouldn't
they
be
will.
surprised. It would be something to watch. Just watch throughout the game who's on who, and if they start switching it up.
Even if they
Who's
try
on
to bring
first?
pressure, which I think is their main point of the game plan for them, bring pressure in so the man defense doesn't get burned, because that's how you have to beat Brady. If you look at his pass rating this year is one of the highest against pressure from the blitz in the league.
Yeah,
right
but
now.
he hasn't faced the Eagles' defensive line, which
Okay.
is an
So let's-
unbelievable defensive line.
Brady's passer rating against the blitz is higher than Nick Foles' passer rating all season, including last game.
No, I get that. But
Nick
so
Foles' passer
Are you
rating.
counting the Raiders game where the team didn't show up until the last play of the game?
I'm just going off of his NFL.com stats right now. It says he has a 73.6 passer rating in the year, and including
No, I believe
that
They played
includes
awful against the Raiders.
that includes I believe is 30.5. I want to say 33.5 passer rating against pass rush for Nick Foles. So
That's low.
Eagles defensive line
it's right here.
pretty good.
Oh no, that was actually high. 23.8 passer rating under pressure according to Pro Football Focus on the season for Nick Foles.
That's including the Raiders game, which was a joke.
Okay, well,
And the
even-
Giants
well,
game, which was a joke.
He
and
played
the-
well against the
Okay,
Giants.
so it's
I
the
mean,
Cowboys game
they
a joke
played,
too.
They played the game, so they have to count him.
Yeah, and
Well,
okay,
yeah, I
well,
know.
well, he had one insanely good game against the
he had one bad.
Vikings.
He had one.
He had
and a
one
half-
bad
The less
game.
than
one-
stellar Falcons
He had
game.
one amazing
What-
game and one
This-
bad
the
game.
Falcons
Those
he
even
played,
out.
He played well. He didn't have a touchdown, but he still threw for what was it, 240 yards?
They should have never won that
240
game.
yards.
They
isn't
should
gonna
have
do
won
it.
that game. They had a better defense. The defense stepped up when they needed it to, and
Atlanta-
they knew the play. They knew
Julio
the play,
Jones shouldn't have dropped that ball.
They knew the play coming out of the huddle.
So they cheated.
No, they knew the play. No, because they
Oh, what?
watched
Cheated?
film.
Oh, but when the Patriots do that, it's called cheating.
I don't think anybody knew that
Kern.
play. I don't think Matt Ryan was expecting to have that play called.
I think that they'd called it before previously in the season, so I think they did know that it was coming.
I don't know. That's not really a play
What-
you see coming in that
what play?
situation.
The
The final play, Ryan peels out
going
and
out to
looks.
the right side, Julio Jones
Oh.
in the end zone.
I think Matt Ryan told Dan Quinn, "I want to run this play."
I don't think so.
Why?
I don't think so. I just don't.
He has not been able to target Julio the entire season in the red zone.
That Oakland game wasn't even that bad. It was, or his worst rated.
I think it's Sarkeesian who made that call.
That Oakland game, 19 of
Dan
38.
Quinn would've-
for
Dan Quinn would've-
163,
No, I think it's
one
Sarkisian.
TD, one pick,
Why?
60 passer rating.
Because his play calling has been
rating
horrendous.
on the season was 79.
We have
It's a
two
little off,
conversations going on right now.
All right, back to.
We have the Falcons, and we have whatever the hell Drew's talking about.
Okay, so
I think it was Sarkisian's call. Just saying.
okay. Deion Lewis. How are you guys gonna stop him?
I don't think it's that hard to stop Deion
The
Lewis.
same way that the Eagles have stopped to run all season. There's a reason they have the best run defense in the
Okay,
league.
that's running wise. How about catching in the backfield?
Same way that they would do it all season. You cover the guy. You put almost a
Cover
spy,
the guy, no shit.
like a spy almost, but not as for spying on Brady because Brady's not a mobile quarterback and he's not going anywhere. He'd be
He
spying.
does need 30 some odd yards to get to 1,000 in the career. Look for that. Something to watch for. Something to watch for.
Okay.
I don't think Brady will get out of the pocket much.
So
I think 1 yard at most rushing this game.
The QB sneak.
Yeah.
So we kind of already talked about this, but we're gonna get into it a little bit more. In that the pass front seven against Ajayi and Blunt, and how the Patriots gonna game play for that.
I don't know. I think we've said all there is to say on that.
Yeah, I think if
But-
anything,
We just need to
we've-
pull
if
something out
anything,
of
we've
our-
overanalyzed the matchups.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But
we have.
well,
Interesting
no,
piece.
I'm talking about the run play option, like the run pass option.
RPOs,
Yes.
which the Eagles are the best in the league at.
Not many teams run that.
Yes, actually.
There's a bunch.
Yeah, that's like one of the staples, like
Nice
the
try.
new like modified West Coast options that the 49ers took to the Super Bowl a couple years ago.
And since they implemented it with Foles, he's done good enough.
For those of you who don't know who an RPO is, it's basically the QB has the option to hand the ball off to the running back on a draw or turn into a play fake and hit one of those receivers deep. Or
Jacksonville killed the Pats on that last week.
Yeah, they ran the same play, just did it
Over and
different-
over again with Leonard Fournette.
Yeah, they did it like 5 times, I want to say, and each time there was a different result. Threw to a different receiver, handed off to someone else. Same formation,
Belichick
same play call.
Belichick couldn't figure it out then. I don't.
Until
Like
the
Blake
second
Bortles is
half.
just legendary in handoffs. We found that out last week.
Until the second
the
half.
second half,
Man rating
they didn't
99
run the
handoff.
play. The second
I mean,
half,
until the
Blake-
fourth quarter,
Blake Bor-
actually.
Blake Bortles was just
Third quarter, they were still doing it.
Yeah,
They just didn't score.
Blake Bortles was just pathetic in the second half of the game. He could not throw. He overthrew. He underthrew. He couldn't find people.
So you're telling me? So you're blaming Bortles for the loss?
Yes, I am. He didn't get out of the pocket at all. He didn't run.
I think it's fair.
Come on now. It was the
Who
Jaguars
do you blame?
defense.
No, the defense played 24 points against the Patriots is good.
Right. But they still couldn't hold them.
Can we just say the Eagles' defense is nowhere near as good as it is on the road? And so that, like, you have to take that into account.
They played 2 worst games that they played on defense were Giants, which was at home, and Rams, which was in LA, but they played it as a home game because there's more Eagles fans there than there were Rams.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, in general, the Eagles, their splits are way on and off. If you look at their road, they're just a middle-of-the-road team on the road in terms of defense. So, I mean, some of it's just skewed in the data. You have to take that into account. Some of these...
I still think that the Eagles defense is going to be plenty good to limit the Pats.
Um.
Some more outside distractions this week.
Yeah.
Last week we had the joggers.
This year we have middle. This time
This
we have
week we have
schoolers.
Melrose middle schoolers.
Okay. So here is. I mean, I guess we can talk about this. I mean, it's gonna have to come up at some point, but it is the Brady versus Belichick versus Kraft. This whole thing. I'm sick and
Fake
tired.
news.
No.
Shut
Fake news.
Shut
I
up.
think it's actually relevant.
I think it's no.
And
I
you're
think
irrelevant,
no,
your
no, no,
point.
no, 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 no.
I think this is going to happen when you have 3. I don't know the word. I guess
People who
Alpha
want
this
to be
is
male.
incredibly racist, but
Alpha
we used this in
males?
English class the
Yeah.
other day. Too many Chiefs, not enough Indians.
Yeah, well, yes.
I can't say
yes.
that, but I just did.
Just say 3 alpha males.
Yeah, that's what I was looking
Just
for.
say 3 alpha.
3
males.
alpha males and not enough betas.
Oh my.
so.
I'm sorry.
apologize to
I
any,
I
Native
formally
American-
apologize.
We're gonna get boycotted
Listeners.
now.
We don't have enough. Okay.
We love all,
we don't have enough.
we love all our listeners out there. No homo.
That doesn't make any sense.
No.
Just all right. Drop the subject. We don't. There's 3 alpha males trying to run the show,
Me, Drew.
and at some point you're gonna have conflict no matter what. It's worked for 17 years.
Yes.
All good
I don't
things must
see any
come to
reason
an
for it
end.
to change now.
I think that there are issues.
I think
I
there are,
think
but I
in-
think
in the
there have been plenty of
organization-
issues we just haven't heard about over the years too.
I
To say
bet you
there
there are
aren't
issues
issues
in
is-
Philly right now.
No,
Every team has issues.
Do you
Every
think
team has
Peyton Manning
issues.
never of his coaches?
Can you find one? Can you
Leave
tell
Peyton
me?
Manning
Oh,
out of
wait,
it.
this isn't like adding
No,
up.
because they don't bring it up because it's not the New England Patriots.
Kraft literally said there is tension behind scenes,
Yes.
but they know, and they all 3 of them know enough to make sure it doesn't get in the way of any victory.
Yes.
Also, the ESPN piece that was supposed to be this huge bombshell was what we already knew in Boston.
Wickersham. Yep.
Kern, weren't you the one who was saying that the guy is like never wrong?
Who, Wickersham?
Yeah.
No.
He just wrote what we already knew here in the Northeast.
And we pretty much knew exactly, and people down in Texas knew the same exact thing with Jerry Jones, his other piece that they made.
Well, Jerry
The
Jones
article
is
is a
starting a
waste of
civil
time.
war with Roger Goodell.
Yes, and we kind of knew
That's been
about
brewing.
that because
Well, I mean,
that was
we-
gonna
the
do you
whole,
really want Roger Goodell running the NFL?
no.
No.
Do
We're
you
not,
want Jerry Jones as an owner?
we're,
No.
we're not
Yes.
talking about
Yes,
that.
but I love this beef, so yes.
We're not talking about that. I was just making a point that Wickersham wasn't really that
It's a sham.
reliable in a way. I
I think that there is something wrong in the organization.
I think it was good information.
but
it
no,
was just stuff that we are as Boston sports,
Yeah,
you know,
it was-
fans.
already
you know,
knew.
we
Already
knew
figured
that.
Yeah.
figured it was already happening.
yeah.
I don't think it's anything new. I think it's been happening for 17 years, and eventually it's just
It's
they've
gotten
worked
out.
through it, and they're
And
gonna
it
work
just
through it.
happens to get out right
Well-
in the playoffs.
It
Yes,
was-
that was completely staged by ESPN. They've
I know
had
it
this
was.
probably for a long time.
I know it's
17 years, perhaps.
They're all 3 of them.
Probably.
All 3 of them are smart enough to know
When
the
Wickersham
team's
was still in
success
college,
comes
if
first.
that's
But
how
yes.
old
But
he is.
why trade Garoppolo? Why trade the future?
the,
Why trade the future
'Cause
past
Brady
quarterback
is gonna,
I,
like-
love, I love how we try not to get into Garoppolo,
Because-
but it always goes back to him.
If you're
Why-
talking
why would
about
you
this,
trade
you
the
have
fu-
to talk about Garoppolo.
Why would you trade the future of the Patriots
Because-
at the quarterback position just
So you can
Brady
pay a
can
bench
stay-
Because for the first-
60 mil-
so Brady can stay one more year?
Because
Brady's
the
gonna
foreseeable
play to win.
future is that Brady's like trying to play for 2 years.
Yeah.
Brady's gonna have
At
2
least-
more good
at least-
seasons
But
and
you know
then
he
at
can do
least
that.
one bad
Yeah, but
season left.
But
do you
even
trade him? If he starts to fall off at the beginning of the next year, do you just move on from him and
Do you
implement
pay Nick
a new
Foles
quarterback?
$60 million to be a bench warmer?
They're doing it now.
even if it's only 1 year, you're still gonna pay Garoppolo franchise. You're not gonna franchise tag Garoppolo for 1 year just to sit on the bench.
Brady's gonna start for at
You
least
just
2
draft-
more
But
years.
that's why you
and then
move
have
on
one
from
bad.
Brady.
You draft
That's
a Brissett.
That's
You
why
draft
move
another
on from-
Brissett.
That's why you move on from Brady. Garoppolo could do the same.
You don't
thing.
move on from Brady.
Yes, you do. Let him walk.
I know
and
Bill
go-
Belichick's Bill Belichick and no strings attached, but you don't move on from Tom Brady.
It's
Yes, you
Tom
do.
Brady.
You
It's
can-
Tom Brady. It's
But
Thomas
if-
Edward Patrick Brady Jr.
If you can get the same production from a younger quarterback, would you take that?
No.
Yes.
See,
You gotta stay
you
with
would.
Brady for as long as you can.
If you no,
It
if you,
depends.
No, he
I-
said
I think
you
if
get
it
the
turns
same
into a-
production from a younger guy at cheaper.
If this turns into Flacco,
Yeah,
get
but-
rid of him.
Exactly.
No,
it's-
I don't think that.
It's a
If it's
don't-
bottom line is
no,
about production.
that doesn't work at all.
don't
I don't
care.
think, but I think that only happens if it turns into an Osweiler Manning situation, which it wasn't. It may have if Brady got hurt and Garoppolo actually saw playing time.
Well, I mean, the Broncos have an Osweiler, Trevor Simeon issue. and
No,
neither of them.
I'm talking about 3 years ago,
Well,
Super Bowl
yeah,
50.
No, I understand that.
2 years ago.
Then why'd you bring up this one?
The Broncos are soon to have a Kirk Cousins,
They're not getting Kirk
Brock
Cousins.
Osweiler,
Kirk
and
Cousins.
Trevor Simeon, and Paxton Lynch situation.
Paxton Lynch
Kirk
sucks.
Cousins is gonna-
Trevor Simeon sucks. Brock
Brock
Osweiler
Osweiler
sucks.
Kirk Cousins. is
Kirk Cousins
Paxton Lynch.
overrated.
Paxton
mediocre.
Lynch probably sucks.
No, that's
No, Paxton Lynch
he
does suck.
sucks.
He-
They
I mean,
rotated
he's
the
only
three
like-
quarterbacks and they still couldn't win. They had a decent defense throughout the year. And then
Honestly,
they
I
just
kind of want to see Von
fell
Miller
off.
play QB like he said he would.
he'd be a better QB than half the QBs. in the
See, the
NFL.
Broncos going into last year with Paxton Lynch and Trevor Simeon had the first round project who can't throw a football versus the noodle arm who can't throw a football. And Mark Sanchez was also an option. Just think about that.
I would have played Mark Sanchez.
You should just.
I
said
would have kept Mark Sanchez too. Sanchez.
Mark
Sanchez
Sanchez
in
was an
Denver.
option.
Jesus.
All you need to know.
We'll have the butt fumble part too.
I mean, he did beat Brady a couple years ago.
Yes,
I
and
mean,
then he had
butts
the
have
butt fumble.
butts have blessed us with beautiful plays in the NFL. We had the buttception this year by Marshawn Lattimore.
What's going on at the window right now?
Interesting piece on Boston.com though. Changing subjects because
Can I just say one
yeah,
thing
yeah.
quickly? So, the future for Brady and the Patriots. Quarterback, Kyle Lauletta. And I
No.
talked to you about this. Kyle Lauletta.
This is the kid. He wants them to take him in the second round
Wait,
this
what
year.
school? Who?
He is from the
Junior college.
No. He's
prep
from
What's his
school.
name? What's his name again?
Kyle Lauletta.
Kyle Lauletta?
I think
Yeah.
I've heard of him.
Oh,
Oh,
Shell
wait,
Community
was he the
College?
one who blew up the Senior Bowl?
No. He,
Is he the guy who did that thing? You know the thing?
Yeah.
Who was
that's
the-
Can you just let me?
All-time passing yards leader for Bunker Hill.
Southern
Okay.
Charlestown University.
Whatever.
North Shore
You guys will
Community.
see. Kyle
Salem
Lauletta.
State.
Know the name. Kyle Lauletta.
Started QB at Merrimack.
All community college first team.
Know the
MIT
name.
was Victor
Kyle
Cruz.
Lauletta.
I went to Oxford, clearly.
Okay, you can change it up now.
All right.
Sorry,
kinda
FCS Richmond Spiders.
Kyle Lauletta.
Kind of
Yep.
going back to
I still don't know
the
who this
Gronk versus
person is.
Ertz thing. This is
Neither
just
do I.
He's still not good.
one quick hit on Boston.com. So they say this headline like
Kurt,
half
you
hour
literally
ago.
stole it from CBS Sports.
Shut up, Drew.
No.
Super Bowl 52 might come down to Gronk or Zach Ertz. Just
I got more faith in Gronk. He's
so
just
do I.
Because he's the
more of a
best.
force
The most
on
interesting
offense.
thing I took out of this was that Gronk had 69 catches during the season.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No, I just realized
Yeah.
that.
That was awesome.
He also
That's-
bought.
he didn't have a
also
reception
bought
in the last
69
game.
tickets
I
to
know.
the Super Bowl.
This is a sign.
I remember that now. Actually,
This is a sign. He has 69 catches. It is a sign.
well, no,
69
like
tickets to Super
Gronk,
Bowl.
like
Doesn't he have 69 touchdowns too?
Gronk's gonna retire
I don't
once he
know.
has like.
I believe he
69,
has
like,
69
something.
touchdowns in
No,
his
he's-
career.
he's
Okay,
definitely
he's
past
just
that.
going to retire right now. Then I mean, 69.
I think he hit that in like
69
week 3.
catches.
Current.
January
He's
26th.
69
Career
catches.
is 76.
Trifecta right there.
76. Okay.
Current January 26, 2018. 2018 Senior Bowl. One player specifically engineered to be Bill Belichick's perfect quarterback by Will Brinson.
I thought we moved on from this.
It literally,
He likes
you
to linger.
stole that from.
No, I didn't. Because I was looking up quarterbacks. Yep. What?
Nothing.
He didn't. He just took it from FCS.com.
Yep.
It
I was
was the
looking.
first name
I
on
was
the
looking
top.
quarterbacks. Kyle Lauletta. He is a good guy. He reminds
He's
me
a
of Jimmy
good guy.
Garoppolo.
Good guy.
No, good
Okay.
player.
Okay.
Good
He's
player.
Locker room guy. He's a glue guy.
Can I just say, for
He's your Brian Hoyer.
for a draft that people are saying is loaded with quarterbacks, they suck. All
They
of
do.
them.
They do.
They're all terrible.
They're all projects.
We got Johnny
Two
Manziel
of them are gonna
2.0
be
with
good.
Baker Mayfield.
And he's one of the best.
I agree.
I know.
He-
I think Josh Allen's terrible.
Josh Rosen.
Nah, he was good sophomore, junior year, senior
Josh
year.
Rosen's my number one quarterback in this draft. Josh Allen, I watched at least an hour and a half worth of film on him. He's not good.
Nope.
He's got an arm, but other than that, like,
That's what they said about Wentz.
but all he does, he either chucks it 30 yards over your head, or it's like Alex Smith, little
Gronk
dinks and
could
dunks
catch
all the way
that.
up the field. That's all he does. Rosen's not bad. He needs to sit back, go through his reads. He rushes way too much.
Sam Darnold. Or Donald.
He just throws interceptions. He doesn't. He very oftentimes forgets what team he's playing. for.
Doesn't like half the NFL do that?
No,
Nick
that's,
Foles.
no, that's a USC thing.
UFC. The more you know.
The
MMA.
Get into Pat's
No,
new.
if there is a quarterback in the draft that I think is underrated, I'd
Kyle
say,
Lauletta.
No, John.
Who the hell is this
John,
guy?
John Wolford out of Wake Forest. I think I was watching a bowl
Where's
game
Wake
and he
Forest?
was. Wake Forest
Somewhere.
is in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Sent me an email trying to get me to go there the other day.
A little late.
I got an email
Nah, I was
from
gonna
St.
say-
Mike saying my
We're extending
deadline
your
was extended.
deadline.
The guy I want for the Patriots is the kid out of Oklahoma State, Mason Rudolph.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
I think he's good.
Current
Yeah.
grown.
Current just has a
Kyle
thing for
Lauletta.
Kyles. Kyle Van Noy.
Oh, Kyle Van.
Now we
Noy.
have Kyle Lauletta.
Yep. Kyle.
Do you
Kyle
like
Van
Don't
Noy.
make that noise.
Is Kyle Rudolph a top 5 tight end too?
No, top 10.
What's their shoe size?
I was just about to say you could call it a fetish.
I'm sorry.
Just take your headset. The doors exit stage right.
All right, so we've moved past the regular talk of the show, so we'll get into the concluding
Fetish
moments.
is a regular talk
Eat-
of the show.
This has been going on for 5 minutes. We've moved on from serious talk. So let's Eagles Mafia. What are we thinking? City burns to the ground no matter the result.
Yeah, win or lose.
I
win or
say we
lose,
go around
Philadelphia
saying our
ends
favorite
Sunday.
example of Eagles Mafia.
Okay.
You're
can
not
start.
sorry.
It has to be the video of the dude in the subway just running into that wall.
No,
Every-
the-
every
it was a pole,
Eagles
not a
mo-
wall. It was a pole, not a wall.
All right,
Same
Donis,
thing.
Donis, what was yours?
Dune buggy up the steps.
All right, Ryan.
I think it was the big old black guy going, yeah.
Was that the guy with the Eagles hat, like the mask?
No, the shirtless guy.
Yeah,
with
the shirtless guy with the mask.
That like.
I gotta say, mine. It's got to be the dune buggy going up the steps. Like, first of all, how do you get? Why does somebody in Philadelphia? What are you doing with the dune buggy? And then second, why are you driving it up the steps? Like, what's your end game there?
Why not, Dave? Why not?
Mine had
There's
to
no sign saying
be
you
the light poles. Why you have to grease light poles?
It didn't work either.
No, it didn't work either. That's the best thing. Is that
Speak-
it just
They didn't use the
people
lube.
are still climbing up, and that's bad.
So speaking of the light poles, the city of Philadelphia is moving on from Crisco. They've moved on to gear oil for greasing light poles this weekend.
That'll work.
However, the esteemed website Pornhub is is offering.
How did you say that with a straight face?
All right,
They're offering 136 gallons
no.
of lube to grease the light poles with.
You can't make this stuff up.
To recap,
They have offered 136 gallons to grease the light poles with.
That is great. That is great.
You just made my weekend.
Oh man.
I'm scrolling through Twitter. I see that. I'm like, oh my god, this is too. This
I
is just
can't
gone
believe
to the
you said
point.
esteemed with a straight face.
Okay, so
it was a straight face until I actually said what the name of the site was.
favorite parts of media day, of the media days.
Oh, you know, what? Favorite part of Eagles Mafia was the black guy with the Eagles mask. Yeah. We got this guy sitting on an SUV driving by, horns blaring, and then we just turn around, this big fat guy in the Eagles mask. Yeah.
Okay, so favorite parts of media day,
Fletcher Cox in the wrestling mask.
Ryan.
Yeah, we'll skip you.
Okay.
Yeah, come back to me.
Bill Belichick's fedora.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, that's what it is. I can appreciate
That was awesome.
I
Did
can
Portnoy's
appreciate a good
question?
fedora.
I had two. One when they asked Brady what makes Bill Belichick smile, and he goes lacrosse, Navy, Bon Jovi, and I forget what the last thing was.
Winning.
And then the second one was yesterday. Gronk wasn't the. No, sorry. It was the first night. You had Brady surrounded by probably 35 to 40 people, and Stephon Gilmore was right next to him with nobody. It was like maybe 3 people. Other than that, it was just all Brady. So that was probably the best.
Mine's probably when they had. Do you guys see the clip from Extra when they went to interview Brady? They gave him a list of all these questions about pop culture, and Brady just said, next question, like 20 straight. It was like, who's nominated for an Oscar?
We're on
Next
to
question.
Philly.
I don't know. Favorite moment,
We're on to Philly.
Tom Brady confirming he's a huge Kendrick Lamar guy.
Yeah, that's pretty
Welcome
good.
to the club.
Yeah.
Who's Kendrick? I'm kidding.
I second.
I'm kidding.
Okay,
Kyle
okay.
Kendrick.
I'm kidding.
Okay.
Before
So
you jump on me, I'm
MVP
kidding.
MVP race, who's winning it?
Brady
Brady.
by default.
Brady,
Everybody else got injured.
You see what it got?
I
leaked
had kids
yesterday?
saying today Todd Gurley, but
Russell
no.
Russell
chance.
Wilson is up there.
He's not gonna.
Oh,
he's not gonna get
what?
it though.
Didn't
There's-
they announce the
it's-
finals today?
He's not gonna.
Brady's
He's
gonna
not
win
gonna
by
get it. But
default.
They announced the finals.
in all series, Russell Wilson played well, and I think he played.
When your team doesn't
if
make the
Wentz-
playoffs?
If Wentz isn't there, Russell Wilson is the best quarterback.
If
in
Wentz
the
is
NFC.
on that, if he were to be on that final
It would
three,
be
he
Wentz.
would win. Since he's not, it's between I think Brady, Antonio Brown, Todd Gurley.
Yeah, I agree
so
with that.
they're not going to give it to Antonio Brown because when's the last time wide receiver won the MVP?
Exactly.
I don't think
it's
they
gonna,
ever have.
It's going to be
Gurley,
Brady.
Yeah.
And I don't. Did everybody see the acceptance speech?
Yeah.
That surfaced.
Yeah, but everybody has to make that up either way.
No, I know, but it was just kind of funny now. Now everybody's saying, "Oh, it's rigged." Blah blah blah. Oh,
It's
he's already
not
gonna
rigged.
win.
Why would
It's
he be
stupid.
rigged? He's got to have it prepared. It's not like
Clearly
he's
the
going to
be-
walk up.
he's
He's not going to walk
clearly
up
the
there to
better
begin with.
player.
He
I
won't be
know.
there. But if
Yeah.
he wasn't there, it's not going to like he's going to walk up there and just spit off the cuff.
Yeah. Tom versus time.
Oh, I was hoping we get to that.
Awesome.
Ugh.
Aside from the
kind of-
family parts,
Alex
kind of
Reamer.
cringe.
Alex
it's very
Reamer.
uncomfortable watching the
Yes,
family moments.
Exactly.
Did you watch
the kissing scene?
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, that was pretty
ugh,
bad.
extremely weird.
He was using tongue, I think.
Stop.
I don't
stop,
think
Shut up,
so.
Drew.
I don't
stop,
think so.
Stop,
Alright.
stop.
Shut up, Drew.
How
Mute
about
him.
Alex
Mute him.
Reamer? How about Alex Reamer? With that whole situation.
Alex Reamer's a clown to begin with.
Yeah.
So
Yep. So that was the whole opinion. Now,
I haven't watched
best
it.
part of the Super Bowls: Super Bowl commercials.
Philly.
Dilly dilly.
I was so pumped for the Dilly Dilly commercial,
Oh, that was.
but I found a link last night that had all the Super Bowl commercials.
Why would
The
you
Bud
watch
Light
that?
commercial was so underwhelming.
What if it's a trap? What if it's
I
a
hope
bait?
it's a trap.
What if it's mis-
What if there's multiple they're airing? I hope it's one of many or a trap.
Bud Night. I mean,
It was
that's
so
Bud
underwhelming.
Night. It's clever. They
hold
can
up,
do a
hold
lot
up,
with it.
Ryan.
but
They
the
didn't
way
do
they
anything at all
introduced
with it.
was
Yeah.
horrible.
I like the whole Skittles commercial. Did you guys hear
With
about
David
that one?
Schwimmer?
With David,
David Schwimmer.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Wearing
He,
a wig.
But the thing is that they have a 17-year-old kid is going to be the only person that is able to watch the commercial. So they're going to video him reacting to the commercial. Nobody else gets to see it except for him. And it's this whole marketing ploy because most likely afterwards they're going to say, oh, I guess, like with all the people that's going to want to see it, oh, I guess we're going to have to show it. And then ended up showing it later.
Wait,
but
that's
it's
the thing that
such
was
a
on
good...
Instagram?
I don't eat Skittles.
Yes.
Yep. Skittles don't.
No,
You don't
but...
taste the rainbow?
I do not.
Taste of rainbows.
Shut up, Karen.
Sorry. But yeah, that's gonna be a good commercial too.
Amazon's gonna look good. They for the Alexa commercial, they put Cardi B's voice in instead of Alexa.
Oh, that's awful.
I'm not a big fan of hers, but I think it's gonna be funny.
And finally, the predictions.
Pink wears an Eagles
Hold on,
jersey.
Budweiser commercial. I didn't watch it, but the description on that link said it's gonna play to the heartstrings. I hope they have the
It always
Clydesdales.
does.
they always-
It's
I hope
always
they.
sad as
I
hell.
hope they have the Clydesdales and the puppy again.
Oh,
They need the puppy.
and the Clydesdale.
Puppies.
Well,
still in.
Clydesdales are a lock anyways. They just
Yeah.
need the puppy.
Well, wait.
The puppy.
What kind of puppy?
Doesn't
The
matter.
yellow lab, like
I
they
think,
did
I, think,
last
yeah, I
year.
think they gotta do a yellow lab, something like that. Something adorable.
All right, moving on from that.
All puppies.
Okay,
are-
Final
Final
predictions. Let's go around, starting with Drew.
31-17.
Super
That's
Bowl MVP.
Brady.
31-28 Eagles Super Bowl MVP Jay Ajayi.
Wow, you moved on from 28-27 Eagles.
2-0. We only score a safety.
Thank you. Your real prediction.
Or nothing.
6-0. Death by field goals. Steelers Chiefs last year.
31-21 Patriots.
All right.
Super Bowl MVP.
Brady.
All right. 30-24 Pats. Super Bowl MVP is going to be Danny Amendola.
Wow.
Actually,
I can see that.
I could get behind that. Danny Amendola. Gotta love that man.
I think it's gonna be 27-21 Patriots. MVP. They're gonna give it to Brady, but it should go to Brandon Cooks.
Cooks is due.
Okay.
Really?
Yep.
So I
Cooks is
think
overdue.
there's one of two ways.
We want the one.
The Patriots
One
deserve a
prediction.
blowout.
One
Just
prediction.
saying.
One prediction.
Feidelberg's rant.
No, you don't. We
I
do.
say
Shut up,
we
Karen.
haven't won.
final score: Patriots 33, Eagles 25.
MVP.
MVP Tom Brady.
Okay, so we
thought
can
we
pretty
were
much
wrapping
all
up.
agree, except for David, that Brady will win MVP if the Patriots win. But who deserves it the most? Because I know
It's-
that because last year it was James White, the year before was Butler.
Yeah, it's just going to be the thing where the voters just take him anyways.
Yes.
If Brady
So-
throws
'Cause
for
he's Tom
400
Brady.
yards, he should win it.
Yes,
If
yes,
he throws for
but-
200 and has an interception, it
A
should
still
pick
gonna
six
win.
like he did last year.
No, but all I'm saying is that, but he also led them from a 25-point lead. But that's not the point.
That was because
So did James
That was
White.
because the Falcons
Yeah, no,
choked.
and I'm saying James
That's also
White
because-
deserved the MVP right there,
That's
but
also
he
be-
didn't.
That's also because Kyle Shanahan did his mega douche impression, which
I know.
he is.
Yeah,
and the owner came down, which they did the same thing.
The owner's
against-
so salty about the
Arthur
283
Blank.
diamonds
He came
too.
down against the Eagles, and on the last play, and you could just see him, and it was like, "Oh, this is going to be hilarious."
Once he came down, I knew they were losing that game
Yeah.
last year in the Super Bowl. Once
Idiot.
the owner was on the sideline with his wife, I knew that was they
Idiot.
were going to lose.
But so I think that Brady will win MVP, but I think that it will be Cooks. He's gonna probably have 11 catches for 112 yards and 2 touchdowns, and including a game winner, and it's gonna be that. But Brady will get it, and I think Brady will also get the MVP, and it's just gonna be another season where Brady wins both.
Okay. Well, that does it. Thank you for listening. We'll be back next week with hopefully good news, even though it won't be news for anybody.
No.
Everybody will know.
Yep.
Hopefully we have a happy show next week. So thank you for listening, and we'll be back.